there, my dudes. I am Laddie, and welcome to another video.
Laddie, it's like 2 PM. Why are you still in your dressing gown?
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Today I'm going to be speaking about Blaire White, who's a trans woman and a YouTube content creator, and I quote, "Her content makes fun of ideologies and cultural Marxism." And man, her videos. She is the content creator of some controversial titles such as Triggering Trannies Part 1 and Part 2, Fat Acceptance is Stupid, There Are Only Two Genders, and Black Lives Matter is Trash. Grab your trigger veils, Tumblr, because this shit is gonna get spicy. Damn, I'm gonna get triggered. No, I can't use triggered because then if someone actually has a trigger, then I'm sorry, Tumblr. Okay, from now on, if I want to say triggered, I'm going to say I'm shooketh. Damn, I'm going to get shooketh in this video. A few of you guys told me to react to her, and I can sense that some of you guys are going to like this video and some of you guys are going to really not enjoy yourself, possibly, during the end of the video. So now let's get into it. Honestly, some of her videos, like the first few videos of hers that I have watched, and I stopped watching her immediately after. I watched them probably like about a year ago, and they were things like, for example, There Are Only Two Genders. You guys know what I feel about it. I feel like I know that people that say that they are not the binary genders, and I respect those people and that's how they feel, and I don't feel like I can tell them any otherwise because I don't know what it's like to feel. And people often tell me that that transgender isn't a thing, so why should I tell someone else that being non-binary isn't a thing? That's my view on it, but you can see some of the stuff here that she said in the video.
Hello everyone, so I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed to be making this video. I think it's absolutely tragic that I have to make a video proclaiming something as obvious and as apparent as the fact that there are only two genders, but in case you haven't been paying attention, life has really dwindled down to the point where it's necessary to say things like this, so here we go. So the reason I'm talking about this is because it's recently become a debate here on YouTube. It started with Jacqueline Glenn, an atheist YouTuber, and some other girl making a video talking about how, as they see it, there's only two genders. In comes Onision, my old buddy Onision. I'm sure you guys are having the flashbacks. And his video was just typical Onision style, retarded. He basically made a video calling them transphobic. 2016, facts are transphobic, imagine that. In comes a slew of SJWs who made videos, you know, going after Jacqueline, talking about how there are millions of genders and people can be all of them or none of them at the same time, and it's transphobic to think anything but that. So it's just this huge mess, and I just wanted to bring things into perspective. So if you're going to join me on this journey of discovering the true number of genders, too.
And some of the other views that she seems to have. She's an American and she's a Trump supporter, so she's a conservative in America. And I personally don't understand how you could be a Trump supporter and also be LGBT, but she says in her videos that she does it for the financial part and for the part of immigration and all these other kind of things. And there's some other views she had, like for example the Orlando shooting, when people were saying, oh, don't blame it on Muslims and stuff, because, you know, just because the guy may have been, I can't even remember if he was or not, like the guy could have been Muslim, and she was saying, of course he is, and that's the problem. And I don't understand how someone who's dealt with that kind of prejudice in a different way can sort of be like this to different things like, oh my god, my throat. For example, when people are against like the entire Muslim faith for something that some of them happen to do, and I don't understand how she can have those views with the conservative views. And of course, like, just look at this montage and just get the veils ready.
Do you have one thing in common with fat girls? The extra meat. You're Islamophobic. So the implication here is basically that fearing Islam is somehow irrational when it very clearly isn't. I actually think it would be highly irrational to not fear a totalitarian ideology that seeks to dominate mankind.
Even your voice sounds fat.
And on a personal level, I'm transgender. I could not peacefully exist with all my limbs attached in the Middle East. And that wasn't a penis joke.
You can't choose to be black, but you can choose to be fat.
Hey y'all, it's Dakota.
Hi, Dakota.
Everyone wants to be skinny because there are no benefits to being that fat.
Are there, though? I mean, a shorter life, less mobility, a plethora of health complications, being seen as generally less attractive to most people. I mean, what is the upside? You get called for gigs like this where you whine over a sad piano track on YouTube? I don't understand how you can be non-binary and trans. Like, isn't the whole point of being transgender, like, transitioning into something? Non-binary, gender fluid, genderqueer. None of them have any evidence backing them pointing towards their validity whatsoever. Transgenderism, on the other hand, is neurologically observable. Gender dysphoria is medically diagnosable.
Well, I'm glad that was over because, I mean, I didn't want to shooketh anyone. Some of the stuff that she thinks and has the opinions on, I don't understand, right? But before you'll Blaire lovers, right? It's only the first 5 minutes of video, guys, calm down. Before you Blaire lovers start, you know, going down into the comment section being like, what the fuck, Laddie? Like, she's... I had to start it off this way because this was my first thing of Blaire. For a long while, when I started YouTube, I think I first watched Blaire, to like... recently, like a month ago, I would not go back on Blaire's channel. Her videos infuriated me because of the first few videos I watched of her. So because of that one video about the thing, there was like 3 videos. So there was the one to do with the Black Lives Matter, there was the one to do with the genders, one to do with like some of her views on the immigration stuff and things like that, and some other views, and I was like, how the fuck can you be like a Trump supporter and be trans with the whole trans ban military thing? And I was just shooketh. But, right, more recently, I've been looking properly into her videos, you know? Usually I'll make videos on this channel out of rash, like, oh my god, I can't believe that this person is actually saying this stuff online, and I'll literally make a video straight away. But with Blaire, I've actually spent a good few weeks watching her channel, just watching the channel, watching the videos through, not just the beginning half of the videos, watching them all the way through. And yes, all of her videos, nearly all of them are controversial. You know, speaking about different very controversial subjects and giving her very blunt views on it. And Blaire, she's an opinionated person, right? Blaire is very opinionated, and that is not, I guess it could be seen as something, but that's not a bad thing. If you show your opinions without any remorse for whoever may feel, you know, bad about those opinions you hold. I kind of do respect that in a way. I guess it depends what stuff you're doing, really. If you're like shouting at people being like, these are my opinions, fuck you and your rights. But being blunt and just putting your opinions out there sometimes on the internet is hard. And sorry, you should probably bleep that because you know, I'm family friendly laddie. But yes, if you actually watch her videos, or I don't know if you guys will feel the same way, but I have watched her videos and recently watched them all the way through, watched a bunch of them, and she's a very intelligent person. And plus my queen Shane really likes her, so...
Have no fear, your hero is here.
But other than that, I've you know, looked at my own opinions and hers, and we have clashing opinions, of course. There's some things that clash, as everyone in the world. Even if I got someone who was very similar to me, we'd at least have one opinion that probably clashed with something. But most of the stuff that she said, like for example, Gender is not a social construct video, probably better than my video, Gender is not a social construct. It goes really into it, so put it in an iCard. I suggest you check that out. She's, as I was saying, she's very intelligent. She knows what she's saying. She does the research. She looks into it. She actually thinks about it before just going on, and she uses valid points in everything. And even if you don't agree with Blaire, it's hard to say that she's not good at what she does. If you actually watch her videos, she sets out her opinions in this way that is so, like, it's thought-provoking. Like, even if it's a really controversial subject, she'll say it, like, she'll actually make you think about it. Think about your own opinions. Think about, you know, your own thoughts, and, you know, reevaluate yourself, because the way she said it is just, and it's, a lot of people say, yeah, well, she's just Blaire washing. Wow, that should be the name of the video. Blaire washing, brainwashing people into, like, people say she is brainwashing people into rethinking about this kind of stuff, and people who follow her are these sort of, you know, closed, bigoted people and hypocritical people. But honestly, I kind of understand why people follow her, because this is a controversial opinion to have, and I don't agree with quite a few of her opinions, but some of her opinions that she does, she's very logical. The way she speaks about things, she's like, if I have the proof, this, if I know this, you know, you don't, and I know that's maybe not idealism at its highest, it's actually quite realism. She's a realist. And I feel like that's sometimes, you know, people, then we need realists in the world to evaluate the idealists, and we need idealists in the world to help the realists make it, like, widen it. So the difference between idealist and realist is, like, the realists keep everything contained in a sphere, but the idealists expand the you know, diameter of the sphere. And that was a weird mathsy way to say it, but either way, I feel like just watch some of her videos. And I don't want to go on too much in this video, but a lot of people wanted me to react and be like, this person's crazy, because that's what most of the people that were actually asking me to speak about her were saying. And in the end, when I was reacting to her stuff, I wanted to go into it like hating every video. I could make some big piece video about, like, oh, she's such a hypocrite or whatever. But she knows what she's saying, and most of her opinions, I mean, all of her opinions are valid, of course, but she puts them in a way that is, you know, there's a lot of validity to it. Like, she doesn't just put out blind statements, she makes sure that she's got something to back it up. So I suggest you actually go and watch her videos, and don't take it. One of the things that a lot of people do, they put, as I was saying, they put the Shuketh veils, not just the trigger veils, but the Shuketh veils, they put them on, and for the rest of her videos, and for the rest of any other opinion she said, all they reply with is, no, this is crazy, you're such a hypocrite, and they don't give any backing to it. They just, as soon as she says something, they will throw it away. But if, putting your opinions aside, and the fact that you may not like her opinions, I suggest you watch her videos and actually watch them, okay? Watch them all the way through. You may not like what she's saying. There's, for example, the Only Two Genders video, I watched all the way through, and some of the other videos that I didn't like the opinions in, I watched all the way through. And she made good points, even though the points I don't agree with, because I have counteracting points. But I watched it without just throwing her videos away. And I feel like some of the issues with certain activists and certain members of this thing, activism itself can be very good, can also be very bad. I mean, activism to help people, of course, but some things where people will just throw away others' opinions. We need to debate. The world should be about debating, not shouting at one another or not getting angry at someone. We should, with a calm state of mind, like Blaire usually does, even when someone's literally shouting at her like, screw you, Blaire, like actually fully insulting her, she seems to respond usually. I mean, there's a few times where there was like a podcast I watched, an hour podcast, where it was just her and another woman screaming at each other.
When you're
for you to say that you can speculate and
now, can you answer my second question?
Okay,
what
I'm going to say you both.
But usually, most of her videos, like a good 90%, she'll respond very calmly, like, oh, okay, well, and give her. So that's what I feel about Blaire. So that's going to be a video that some people are going to be like, wow, what the f***, man? But I feel like everyone wants to divide the world, and I think, I can't find the video again, possibly, I don't know, but Blaire has said before that people seem to find this world being about two sides, not just two sides, but being about one thing against the other. And if people can just put their opinions aside and not put their opinions aside, but rather than just put up a veil of these are my opinions, fuck off if you don't believe them, like, I feel like if people just had a debate and listened to each other, rather than being like, no, these opinions are terrible, blah, 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 then, you know, the world maybe would be able to grow. Because either side thinks that the opinions of the other side aren't right. That's the point of a debate. And the point of it is to get an outcome where you can either find a between point or to find, you know, who's right. So to find what's right in the world, we need to listen to one another, okay? And I understand, like, if you're non-binary and you watch Blaire's stuff and you feel actually insulted by the fact that they've said you're not real, I guess, I understand why you could be angry at her, because that's kind of a direct thing to you. But I think at the end of the day, if, like, I guess I just don't want to ramble on anymore. You guys know my thoughts on it. Some of the stuff she says, yeah, okay, it's make me shooketh, but also majority of the stuff that I actually watched, I couldn't find anything wrong with the video. I could find some opinions that I didn't agree with, but the video itself wasn't wrong. So it depends what you see as wrong. Opinions, or, you know, opinions with the free speech type stuff, or actions. I don't even, anyway, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave now. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. 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 You're still there? Well. Oh, subscribe. Also do that. Yeah, just there somewhere, probably on the screen.